Hello everyone, it's On-Chain Academy and it's George, and today we're gonna discuss what's an AAVE. AAVE is the one of the oldest, I would say, the DeFi platform, DeFi protocol, and it is basically the lending and borrowing protocol. They call themselves the liquidity protocol. So what it does, as a user, you have basically two major options what you can do with AAVE. One is to supply assets you hold and get a yield, basically earn interest on top of that, or you can borrow. Everything is like decentralized. You don't need to trust any third party. You don't need to trust another person to whom you are lending for or to who you are lending. So basically, it's a revolutionary market of decentralized finance. And in this video, basically what I'm planning to do is like to record like a couple of videos about Aave, how it's working, what you can do as a user, what you can do as a developer. It also it's quite interesting thing as its concept to learn how the DeFi works, and that can help you in the future as well to grasp those concepts that are basically very new, very like DeFi oriented. And once you're gonna master this, basically the whole DeFi would be easier to understand because the majority of the concepts are lying on the lending and borrowing, especially on protocols like Aave, Compound, etc. So this is Aave's website, and they position themselves as a access to full power of DeFi. It's world's largest liquidity protocol. You can supply, borrow, swap, stake, and more. So basically, lately they've added swap functionality because everyone knows that companies are making tons of money by allowing users to swap tokens. They are charging small commission for every swap. So basically, what we can see from their landing page, there is like a 35.19 billion of liquidity currently supplied in Aave, which is huge amount of number, especially if we consider that Web3 and blockchain is still kind of the new thing, and all the mainstream is basically right now it's just starting slowly. So it's quite a huge number. Yeah, from the landing page, we can see the basic functionalities. It's still supply or borrow. As I mentioned, it's during the supply, you can, for example, take your ETH or USDC or USDT and earn interest on top of that, or you can borrow. And we can go in the details like how it's working and how the borrowing is working with a P2P decentralized finance. But it's not a rocket science. You're gonna understand it like easily, and you can even leverage it. You can use it. You can use it for the future, like doing the margin trading, or maybe at some point you want to borrow some stable coins against your Ether or Bitcoin, and you would like to spend some dollars. I don't know, pay for utilities, or I don't know, purchase a new phone, and not selling your crypto because you expect that the price of that crypto will go up in the future. Um, I think the best is to actually go into the application itself, and we can see what's going on here. So I've got here the testing account. Basically, I'm watching this one, and what you can do is like you can supply uh, any of those assets which is provided in this list. Currently, I'm on Arbitrum network, but you can see like there are tons of different networks. All are EVM networks because, as you know, that EVM basically stands for Ethereum Virtual Machine, which is kind of the core engine behind Ethereum, and all the side chains or layer twos, etc. They are using Ethereum Virtual Machine. So this is basically all of the markets they provide for different blockchains, and we can see some very interesting stuff. For example, like on the left side, it's basically your supply position. On the right side, there will be your borrow position if you have any. If not, like nothing gonna be displayed here. and we can see like a couple of interesting stuff. So first of all, like we have here the net worth, which is like what's our total net worth, which is basically your total supplies minus your borrows. In this case, we don't have any borrows, so it means basically that my net worth is like exactly what I have supplied. It's basically like less than a cent. And we can see net APY, which means that how much I'm going to earn yearly interest on my supplies. For example, if I have supplied 100 Ether, which costs, let's say, $3,500 in total, and I have borrowed some USDC or USDT, and the borrow APY is higher than the supply APY. In this case, the net APY, of course, will be like negative. So it means that after end of each year, basically, like to say something like that, after end of each year, I need to pay some fees because I have actually the loan in quotes. Yeah, we have same information here. We have collateral. Collateral is basically the amount in dollars what you have supplied on AAVE, and we can see this is the USDC. As you know, the USDC is like a one-to-one stablecoin, which means like one USDC is always approximately $1. It can go like a couple of cents down or a couple of cents up, but it's like average value is always $1. We can see APY for this position, and we can see that this one can be used as collateral. So it means that if I would supply, let's say, $100, and I could borrow like 30, 40 dollars equivalent of ETH, that will be basically like that what collateral means in this case. If I can like basically I can click the switch, which is basically the swap, or I can just remove the position, so it means that I don't have any more supplied assets on AAVE. We can see they provide like lots of various like assets. This is specifically, as I mentioned, for Arbitrum network, and they have pretty interesting yields. For example, if you deposit like $100 worth of USDC, the APY, of course, this is not fixed. This is like calculated based on the supply and demand, as it's like a P2P marketplace. But yeah, every year I could earn approximately like $8 on $100 because like interest is like pretty high. I don't think that you can get like so high interest in the banks or any traditional financial institutions. You can see like there are like smaller amount, smaller percentage for other assets like wrapped BTC or wrapped ETH, because we all know that the demand is there high as well as the supply is quite high. So people want to earn more Ether and more BTC with their assets. So they are supplying more. So we can assume that there is the higher supply than the demand. So that's why the APY is low. But you can see like it's for the dollars, it's pretty high for USDC, for USDT. I'm pretty sure for Go, this one is basically also the stable coin for this is the one that AAVE has created. It's basically the AAVE governance is managing this token. AAVE governance is basically a DAO that manages the whole project, and they have released this stablecoin, which has like pretty insane interest rates. Like you can get 10% APY on that. Of course, like borrow rate is also high. So this is kind of the quick overview of how AAVE market looks like. And yeah, we can go into some more details. Like we can go into market. We can see that we can get more detailed information here. Like I don't know, for example, we are interested in what's the USDC statistics, like how much is total supplied, what's the APY, how much is total borrowed, what's the borrow APY. We can go into details. We can see like all the interesting things if we are data nerds. We can see that, for example, max LTV is 75%, which means loan to value ratio. So it means that every time I deposit $100 worth of USDC, USDC, I'm able to get loan. Basically, I can borrow up to 75% of its value. So it means that I can supply 100 USDC. I can borrow $75 equivalent of wrapped Bitcoin or Ether or any other coin. But in this case, the liquidation threshold is 78%, which means that in case that in case the price for some reason goes a little bit down, which actually doesn't happen for the stable coins as I mentioned, but could happen something. And in case that my interest is aggregated and I already need to pay quite a lot, if the loan to value ratio goes up to 78%, my position will be automatically liquidated. So I'm gonna basically lose my supplied USDC. And as you can see, the liquidation penalty is like around 5%. Yeah, we can see like a lot of interesting information here, which we can go through in details later on. But yeah, that's the whole like the main functionality of AAVE. We can see also they provide the staking. You can stake AAVE governance token as well as the GO, which is basically the, as I mentioned, AAVE stablecoin. And you can see the governance here where people who owns AAVE tokens, they can propose some stuff. For example, I don't know, let's change the website design. Let's create some new token which going to have some kind of utility that our users going to need it. If you get if you get enough votes to do that, then basically you can actually implement it. You can get even grants for that, etc., etc. So yeah, that's AAVE. This is our basically the first kind of the introduction to AAVE world, into DeFi, what's going on there, and yeah, we're gonna deep dive more into the technical stuff, into the core engine of the AAVE, how it's working, what we can do it. We're gonna supply, borrow, basically like we're gonna go step by step in with every functionality AAVE provides, so you will feel comfortable to use it in the future. Thanks.